Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I'm your host, Madima. Oops. This evening we're going live with Coach JJ Smith. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to be chatting to a coach for the first time on BackChat. So we're going to start introducing coaches as well, as the athletes, up and coming athletes, top athletes. It's all about keeping the conversations going within the athletics community. We want to involve photographers in athletics. Each and every single person who is involved in athletics, we want to involve you in the chat. So, this evening is going to be an exciting one. We've got a big coach, a legendary coach. He goes by the name of JJ Smith. I see he's in the group. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send him an invite, and then we'll get started. Good evening, and welcome to each and every one of you. I'll be just sending on JJ invite now, then we're gonna go live. I hope you guys are doing well. This is BackChat and I'm your host, Madima. I assume JJ is active. I've sent him an invite. Hopefully he sorts out the technology and everything will run smooth. Good evening. Yafro Lalani, I see you in the mix. Welcome to you. Welcome Hannes Low, I see you. I'm just waiting for JJ to go live now, Coach JJ Smith, and then we're gonna get started. Hope everybody's doing good. Welcome. Oh, Ashley Fantonder, Simone Vates. I see you guys. Sarah Kruger, Heinrich Fontaine, Darnie, Cornelissen. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're just waiting for JJ to go live now, and then we're gonna start. I'm not even sure which group he's gonna be using. I know he's got. I think let's try this. Good evening, South Africa. My name is Tim Madima. Here we go, Madala.
Yes, mister.
How are you doing, Coach?
Fine. Hard day, but we are still working hard. Finished training for the day, so it's getting better.
Absolutely, it's getting better. I was worried. I thought you were going to struggle to connect, but you did a good job.
Yeah, the computer was a bit trouble, but the cell phone is fine.
All right. Good. Okay, so this is BackChat. We're going to be just having a casual chat. You know me, Coach. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a news reporter. We're just gonna have a casual chat so that everybody who's watching can learn something from you as a coach. And it's just about positive conversations in South Africa.
It'll be nice. We will enjoy it.
All right, I'm going to start with an introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, to this evening we're chatting to Coach JJ Smith. He is a national coach, IAAF Level 5 middle distance coach. He's also coached over 130 SA champions in South Africa. He is the erskool Menlopark Sports Director for track and field as well as cross country. Also recently crowned the Twizza Super School Series champion with the erskool Menlo. So pretty much you've got the best school. That's what the competition is about in South Africa.
Yeah, it was a hot competition. There's a lot of great schools in South Africa. And, the trials was hard, but but it's a good team. We've got a very good team standing together and working hard together. So that's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yourself and Coach Lalani and the whole Menlopark, just the way you guys went on about the competition. And every competition, you can see there's a lot of planning that goes into it. It's not luck, a lot of planning and hard work, and it shows in the results every time.
Yeah, it's, when you start the Twizza series, it starts almost a year ago, before that. So I do the baby steps, and when you go through the baby step to the next one.
Atletiek for Almal is here. Loriska, thanks for watching. Loriska says hello, JJ. We've got Janita. We've got Yvonne Slippers. Yo, Smitty. Smitty says, Creyo Farkies Bemakar.
Yeah, it's the guys who were studying there in America, you know, it's nice. Varnu and Erwin and a couple of them, it's nice to see that they're progressing in life. I think that's what's coaching about. After school, they successful afterwards, you know. Not only in athletics, but in life. That's all what it's all about. It's life.
Absolutely.
It must be life-changing.
Exactly. Coach, we have to play a game. It's tradition here on BackChat. It's a tradition on BackChat to play a game. It's called What's in the Bag? What is it? 30 seconds. So you've got 30 seconds to tell me what are the most important things that you always make sure you have at your training sessions as a coach. Coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
For me, the most important thing when you get there is the atmosphere must be positive. You have to be energetic, positive, and you have to be organized. I don't like it when it's boring when you get there. And the sessions must be new. Not every second session there must be something new in it. I like that when it's new in. And at the end of the day, I must love it. And I must enjoy it.
And that's time. 30 seconds. All right. That's a good answer, Coach. That's a very good answer. 6 out of 6. I think that's the new score for coaches now. So we'll see when we bring on more coaches if they'll be able to break your 6 record.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna get started, Coach. We're gonna speak about the virtual school athletics, which is coming up. I mean, that's a fantastic initiative, fantastic competition. What do you think is one of the most important things about a competition like this? After that, we'll get into your history and your coaching career and so on. But what do you think is important about the virtual school athletics competition in South Africa right now?
You know, we were speaking about this afternoon, some of the athletes and parents, and we felt a bit lost. We don't have competitions. Most of the times we start here in August, more or less in the preseason for us. So we're a bit lost. And so this was very important for us to get something new out there. And I actually think to combine the track and the field together was actually this nice, you know. That's why we said we step up with Backtrack and we said, let's work together. You know, it's not just Menlopark or Backtrack, it's for South Africa, to help our athletes in South Africa.
Absolutely.
I think that's why it's important for us, you know, to keep the guys positive. We need something to keep us positive. It's hard to be training always alone. Very, very hard.
No, absolutely. I think it's exactly that. You know, it's just, you know, it's when things are tough and everybody's hiding, it's not nice. You know, sometimes we just have to come out and do something to show like the rest of the country that, you know what, we're in this together. Even if we're not at the same stadium, you know, wherever you are, we are connected and we're working towards one goal to make 2021 year.
Yeah, and you know, the guys who's going to run this weekend or participate, it's going to be difficult, you know, because our athletes will have to run on the tar road, you know, soccer fields, wherever. So you don't have to hide. Even doesn't matter where you're coming from. Even in Cape Town, in Noordwest, even where you're even coming from, you know, you can participate. So
absolutely.
That's a nice thing about it. And
so,
it's not about times.
Yeah, it's about, I think it's, you know, it's one thing, and I know you like it a lot, Coach. It's one thing to train and train well and train hard, but if you can't step into a competition mindset, you know, it doesn't help. And this is, I think it's a fun way to do it. There's no real pressure, but I mean, end of the day, we're gonna be running a ranking list for everybody in the country, so it's fun still, you know.
Yeah, I think it's going to be nice. It's it's going to be different. I think when you have a second one, you know, you're going to know more what you want.
Yeah,
We don't even know how we're going to handle Saturday, how we're going to do it, but we're going to stick together and we're going to do it.
absolutely. I mean, there's over 400 athletes that have applied, have entered, and they're ready to go, you know, and there'll be a few more here and there once we've counted up everything. But I mean, that's good. I mean, it's a good sign of athletes hungry to be on the track and to run and compete. And, you know, wherever it is they're running or competing, you know, they just want to be out there.
Yeah, I think this is a stepping stone for the next month or 2 months, hopefully. Just to keep us positive, keep us in competition, even if we do it in different ways and places. I think it's going to be nice. And you've got a ranking list coming up at Backtrack, so that's also going to be nice. Something different. First time in South Africa.
First time in South Africa, biggest one in South Africa. So yeah, really excited about that one. So one more question about the VSA. What is the biggest drive behind it?
I think the biggest drive behind this is we want people to be positive. We don't want them to sit at home and think that their athletics careers are finished, because we are not finished. We worked hard for a couple of years and months, and this is just to help us, that stepping stone. I think that's a drive behind it, and even to get the schools into it, you know. It's and seniors, juniors, doesn't matter. Primary schools, if you're positive and you want to do something, if you love athletics, join us.
Absolutely. Thanks. I think that will bring a lot of clarity. Obviously, 15 August is the first one, and then we have another one on the 29th where it will be open for more. Like you said, we'll know exactly how it works and so on. I see George Kushka is in the building. He's also here watching. We've got Nico Bacchus. I see a lot of people are in here. I see Van Veek, Kwanda is in here, Janita, Eva. Thank you, guys. Oh, Renat van Rensburg is also in here. Wesley Ackerman, Amy van Staden, Cornel Fredericks. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining and for watching. I usually can't see everybody, but I know a lot of people are going to come in and out as we're chatting. So, yeah, let's get started now, Coach. Let's get started. Let's talk about JJ Smith, the coach. Where did this journey start? I know athletics. Were you a good athlete? Let's just start there. Were you a good athlete, or did you focus on another sport?
I was actually concentrating more on tennis when I was at school level.
Yes.
And yeah, more or less grade 10, 11, you know, I started to enjoy athletics. But at that stage when it was, you know, it's better for us to participate in tennis and rugby and athletics and all those a lot of sports. So we use that as a backbone. And later on, when you study into sport, it helped. You know, it's your background is better. I think so. I think it helps to understand the sprints and all the different and to work, especially when you're a sport manager like me, to understand how school work with athletics. You know, it's quite a complex thing with the winter sports. It's a big, complex situation at school.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, like, you know, sometimes I just think, I don't know how you were even able to manage it, because high school athletics in South Africa is very competitive.
Yeah,
very competitive. I mean, world-class performances. Let's not even, we can't even hide or say anything else. It's world-class performances in high school already. And being able to balance, like you said, the winter sports and then coming into track and field and cross-country season. What would you say has been one of the best ways you've been able to manage that? I hear from a lot of coaches, they usually struggle with that a lot. How were you able to manage that and to make sure that your school can be at the best when it's time for the big shows?
Yeah, you know, it's like in the winter sports. I think at the school level, if you want a top team, it's very important that you have like a couple of athletes who are very serious about athletics.
Yeah.
Some wants to have a career like that. So to keep 20 or 30 athletes, you know, occupied with athletics right through the year, it's a nice thing, you know. And And if you've got coaches, like we are lucky, we have got a couple of national coaches with us in the team, in the coaching team. So it helps a lot, you know. If you've got Lelani and Janita and Anu, there's a couple of good coaches with us, and it helps us a lot.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it keeps everything positive, you know. It's not only middle distance or sprints. It's a team effort. If I buy into that and the school buy into that, it's getting easy. When the winter sports can't take over in the school, you know.
I think that's the biggest challenge. Speed Band South Africa, welcome. Lenique Bieneke is in here. She's also watching. Lizette van Dijk. I see, people are coming to see what JJ has got to say. So let's move to this one now. So you said you weren't an athlete. Athletics was not your sport per se. You were more into tennis. So where did the love of athletics, where would you say your love of athletics, track and field, road running, where did that start?
I think the love was still there, but it was not the priority when I was younger. And when I was about 17, and when I went to the army and I was one of the fitness instructors, you know, it grows on you, you know, and you decide, at 17, 18, 19, okay, but it's getting better. Yeah. And I studied there at Potchefstroom, you know, at Pikke, you know, and I saw all those athletes training there, and I decided, you know, and this is something beautiful, you know. And when you start teaching also, and they say to you, okay, but we see you like athletics, you're in charge, and you're almost only 3 months in a school, so it's very tough. But then you decide, okay, but we're going to do this well. And you've got a little bit background. I think the tennis helped with a mental preparation, you know. And, you know, to do in the army, to do all this fitness, it starts to change you. There you do a lot of fitness training and things. And you start to concentrate on what you're doing. It's just normal in the army to run always, you know.
Sure. Yeah. No, I can see. Now you can continue.
No, that's fine.
Now I'm saying with your training programs, you can see you were from the army, because those programs are not easy. They're quite tough. But you know, I think the important thing about yourself as a coach as well is that, you know, I think not many people understand, you know, especially if I'm a young coach, any young coach that comes into the coaching scene, you know, and they want to become one of the best. You've got an IAAF Level 5 accreditation. I mean, there aren't many people in South Africa that have it, maybe a handful. I know Sponge Michael Sema is one. I'm not sure about Charlie. I know Charlie's also got 3 or 4. I'm not sure if it's all the way up. So how did that journey start? And, you know, for a coach who is starting today and he says, listen, I want to become the best coach possible. I want as much theory, and I want to learn the system of coaching. Where did your IAAF level coaching start?
It started with 1998. I was coaching Zanel Grobler in Lane du Plessis and Mandla Nkosi. So they went to the World Champs, and all 3 of them got a medal at World Champs. And after that, the ASA at the development squad. And about 4 or 5 years after that, I had a lot of women like Catherine Mapela and those girls training with me, and Gladys Lukraweni from Limpopo. And they started to send me on the course, and I think I progressed. It took me 10 years to finish it. So it was quite hard, you know. I finished in 2008. Every second year you have to go to Kenya and do the exams. But the nice thing about this is that you learn the scientific side with the training. So you do the one, you train, you do the one. So it helps a bit, you know. You've got a lot of experience, and we can say what we want, that the Africans are excellent, you know. I saw last year November in Nairobi again for that steeplechase. Those guys are serious, and these
Mm.
coaches are not anymore rookie coaches in Africa. They're brilliant.
Wow.
They're scientifically brilliant. They technique are brilliant. That's why they're so good in the preparation for the steeplechase, for sure.
Absolutely, coach. I mean, I know, because I know you personally, like, and I know, like, if you in your office or wherever you are at home, I mean, there's books and files and files and books and articles and articles. You are a scholar, of athletics, and I think sometimes, as new coaches, when new coaches come in, I think they take it for granted. They think, I'm just gonna come, I've got a whistle, I've got an idea in my mind, and somehow we're just gonna figure it out, But from what I've seen, it's a lot of planning, periodization. It's a lot of work that goes into becoming a good coach. What would you say was one of the biggest lessons you learned, whilst you were still a young coach, still learning, and you've got all these great athletes, like, I mean, Mandla Nkosi, you mentioned Zanel Grobler. Years later, you had guys like Andre Olivier, Monique Stander, SA under 18 record holder. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on. What is the biggest lesson you learned in your early years as a coach?
I think in the early years, for me, it was important. I took coaching courses under a lot of athletes, like JP van der Merwe coaches Zigil Sepeng.
Yes.
I went out of, like, Frank Howell, who coached, who helped Sebastian Coe with that 5 in England. I think you must be prepared to go and travel.
Yes.
Go and learn, and you must, like, be a sponsor. You must go and. I watch a lot of television, people running, and speak to a lot of coaches. Most of the things I've learned is not on the track; it's off the track. Many of the young coaches say they don't know about rhythm exercises. It's not so frequent in the books, and speed drills. And there you go and sit next to the track at the SA champs or world champs, and watch the athletes, what they're doing, and you take a video and you study this. Like we're doing at this stage. We're busy with a project with a new interval training of Peter Thompson. What do I use? I spoke to these guys in Uganda. Like every Saturday, they're doing a session like that, and they mix it with how much rest, what's enough rest, are you jogging? There's a big system around the new interval training of Peter Thompson. So we introduced that about 3 years ago, but the last year we really went into that, and we saw that it helped our 3,000 athletes a lot. Those guys running 8:24 schoolboys, that's fast.
That's fast.
That's fast. So something is working. So you have just to prepare that. You must know that in South Africa it's different. You have to use it in South Africa, South African way. You can't use it like in Kenya or Morocco and whatever. You must use it your way. What's the best in your area and in your training group? Can they handle this? It's a lot of things you have to watch and communicate with athletes. It helps.
Absolutely. I see there's some comments here. I see, what is it? Nicole SCH is saying best coach. I've got I see Ricard Delaney is in here. Yanita, what is it? Yanita Eva is saying for the love of athletics. There's a lot of positive messages here. I won't see all of them, but here's what is it? Van Beek K is saying, hi, beste afrigters in SA. JJ en Lani, kan nie wag vir die volgende jaar om deel te wees nie. You even forcing me to read in Afrikaans there, but I'm in the mix, coach. I'm fighting here.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's a lot of positive vibe, and even I see Atletik for Amal is asking who is the team that you work with at Menlopark. Obviously, like you said, it's not a one-man show, but I mean, you are, end of the day, the sport director, to make sure that everybody works together towards getting to your goal. I see Atleti Faramal is asking, who are your full coaching team at Parkies?
We've got a couple. It's I think the most serious ones, Lelani and me coach. She's also a national coach. So she helps, especially with the juniors. She's very, very good with the juniors. She actually, when I was injured a couple of years ago, she took Monique Stander, for that last 6-8 weeks, and she ran that 202.
Yeah. 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 No, absolutely. See, the connection is still loading. Can you still hear me, Coach? I see Hendrik van Staden is on as well, saying a great mentor. Connection. Can somebody just wave at us? Yeah, I see JJ has gotten kicked out. I think it's just an internet connection. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for the questions and thanks for keeping it going. He's gonna try to connect again and then we're gonna start again. So sorry about the sound. He's coming back again now. I'm just gonna send him another invite and then we'll get going. I think his data or his Wi-Fi connection was just a bit troublesome. But yeah, we're going to get him back on and we'll continue this conversation. We still have a good 10 minutes with him and then we're going to get going. Here we go. Coach JJ is back. Just wave at me if you can see me so that I can just know that my connection is fine. Hopefully it's not my connection that's giving a problem. So we're going to get JJ on. I'm just sending him an invite again and then we're going to get going. You can keep your questions coming. I see Coach JJ, Coach JP. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Smitties, I see you. Tian, Clarissa, Murray. We're just trying to get JJ back in here. And then we're going to continue this conversation with him. Exciting. It's always good to hear from the coaches because you learn a different perspective about athletics, about planning and periodization and all that. Hendrik van Staden, thanks. I'm just going to wait for him. I see there's a bit of a problem over here. Just give me a moment. There we go. And I've sent my invite. I'm just waiting for him to connect again. Sorry about that, guys. Internet in South Africa is always a challenge. JJ, is jy terug?
Yes, ek's terug.
All right, let's continue. Yeah, so you were just talking about the team that you had and so on. Hendrik was saying you're a great mentor. I know you work with a lot of young coaches. Coach Lelani, shout out to Coach Lelani. She's always doing good work with you, and she's been with you for quite some time. Hendrik van Staden, and there's also a lot of coaches that I know they come to you. I know sometimes you speak to even sprint coaches. Irma, yourself and Irma have conversations sometime, and as well as other coaches in the country. And I think that's very important because at the end of the day, that's the only way we're going to take South African athletics to the next level. We have to work together to make sure that athletics is going to get to a better level, that everybody has the information and so on and so on.
Yeah, it's nicely, like you spoke to me about Irma now, it's if we like to bring in some top coaches like Irma, she's an SA team, a lot of help for us in the hurdles, and if we can use her, we use her. Even it's I like to ask like any Krill or Igu Barnanos, all very, very well athletes, coaches, you know, and in Pretoria, we're lucky. We've got all these coaches. I've never had this team of coaches close to me, you know. Now
Yeah.
it's nice to ask them and to help us with an athlete. So that helps mainly a lot, you know. We use what we have in our area now. It's nice.
Yeah. That's very
We
good.
never had that in the East Rand where I was. It was tough there. Very alone.
But you still did I mean, you did a fantastic job. I mean, let's just get to some of the athletes that you've coached. I mean, you've coached fantastic athletes, top athletes, and one thing I know for sure is wherever there's a group of very great or good athletes, there's always gotta be difficult athletes. Who would you say, coach, is the most difficult athlete you've ever worked with?
It must be Smitty.
Irvin.
He's one of them. He's one of them. Yeah, there's a couple of them. Eckhart Rousseau, other guys. It's not guys you have to walk in front. It's like Andre Olivier, you know. It's you know, the guy go to Olympics. He knows what he wants, and
Yeah.
he's got a plan. And you have to communicate well with him. You know, it's even, you know, there's a guy like Zanel Manan Kosi. Even, you know, at that stage, he was a young boy. He didn't have any support behind him, or not a lot support behind him. So it was tough. So if it's difficult, you must know it's maybe his background, maybe it's the training, you know, and you have to have an aim in life, where you want to go. And that's why I always say, they ask me sometimes, why do I train so hard, or why is it so intensive, like the Selby training camps, you know? It's that's something different.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to Olympics, it's not easy. If you want to go to a World Champs, it's not easy. To make SA colors is not easy. You have to pay your dues. You have to do road work, and you have to keep your head square on your body. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, we were speaking to George Kushika a few weeks back. I saw he was in. I'm not sure if he's still here. And he was also talking about Sabi. And, you know, I just remember after he came to Sabi, and he said he learned a lot about structure of a program, especially for mileage and that type of thing, you know, and it went on to make a big difference to him. And I know Sabi is one of your specialties. That's by far, you know, I used to think I've trained hard, and I used to think I've done some hard camps, but Sabi is just on another level. What system do you use at Sabi? I know you mentioned something about the 10-day cycle that the Chinese use, and so on.
Yeah, it's like Sabi is more a mental thing. So this is the only time when you've got 10 the athletes where they don't watch a lot of television, they don't have a lot of telephones, they concentrate on what they're doing, so you can work a bit mentally with them, yeah, you know. And the area is so tough that you don't have to do a lot. The area is so tough. It's, yeah, you know, the cold water, we
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. I see we're having a bit of sound difficulties. We'll just attend to that now. I think it's Coach JJ's connection from his side. Coach, are you still there? I think your sound is also not connecting. Coach JJ? Okay, I think I see his network is busy loading, so I think he's having a bit of connection problems, and we're almost at the end of the chat. So hopefully I can get him back on so that I can take the last question and then we can move on from there. Sorry about this, guys. Um, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Coach JJ? All right. I think we've lost him. So we're gonna try again. Hopefully it does connect. Otherwise, we'll have to bring him on again at another stage. So much wisdom, so much knowledge, and I mean, if having coached over 130 national athletes, I mean, I'm not talking about medalists. I'm talking about people that have won the title. So the silver and bronze medals, I'm not even mentioning them. So yeah, so he's one of the top coaches in the country. Um, but we're gonna try again, guys. We're gonna try bring him back again. Unfortunately, I think the connection is not good on his side. But from my side, I just want to say thanks to Coach JJ. I mean, he does so much for South African athletics. His contributions as a coach, his contribution to South African athletics, it's important. We're gonna keep on trying to bring on more coaches so that we can continue to learn from them. But Coach JJ, thank you for your time. Thank you for opening up this time in your schedule to chat with us. VSA Athletics is coming up this Saturday, so if you've entered, make sure to join Dream Team. JJ, can you hear me? Nah, sorry, it looks like he's still struggling. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. We're gonna pick this up again. We don't have an episode tomorrow, but we will be back again next week, Monday, on BackChat. We're gonna schedule Coach JJ, to come back again, hopefully after the first VSA competition, and then we're gonna have a chat with him and hear how that went and so on. Absolute Menlu, big up to Menlu, big up Yafrulalani saying hashtag Dream Team. Athletic for Amwa, thanks guys. Beatrice, I hope you guys learned something. Unfortunately, the connection was a bit of a challenge, but there was a lot of information that was shared. Take care, guys. Have a good evening. We'll chat soon, and next week Monday we'll be back. But Saturday, look out. We're going to be doing a lot of posting for the virtual athletics that's taking place. So thanks a lot, South Africa. Take care. Goodbye, and God bless. From me, Tamama Dima.